Welcome to the Burst Smoothies section of my graphic design portfolio. If you have not seen the Step Above Properties section, you can find that by going back to my original website, which serves as the hub for all the projects I have in my portfolio. If you are viewing this on YouTube, that'll be the second link in the description. If you are viewing this from the Behance page, as intended, you'll scroll all the way down to the bottom. There'll be return to website link down at the bottom there. Enjoy. Next up, we've got Instagram post. Being a graphic designer, I know the importance of social media, so I chose to make 3 Instagram posts that you might see on a smoothie Instagram page. So all 3 of these are made in Photoshop. The first one here, I found a reference image from Smoothie King, which is one of the leading smoothie brands, so of course I'm going to draw an inspiration from them. The second image here is just 6 smoothie cups from the top down to match this reference image here, but these are just pulled from Adobe stock. So I found that image, and I especially I wanted to change it up from the kind of maroon and red tones in the Smoothie King version. Even though maroon is one of our main colors in our style guide, just to change it up and perhaps create some contrast and have the logo pop out, I chose the yellow mango one and this green one here. So I sectioned out these 2 the middle drinks, and I sized them up on top of my kind of reference inspiration image, and then I used the magnetic lasso tool to draw out these lines just over exactly the lines from the Smoothie King one. And then once I had those lines selected, I pulled some colors from the smoothies that I had chosen, so the green and yellow colors. I used some of those just with the eyedropper tool. And then I chose an even darker green for this outside stroke, and then a bit of an orange, so we can have more of a wider range of the spectrum for these 2 lines coming down. And then up in the right-hand corner, we've got that icon splatter, so it's that simplified splatter shape, and instead of the icon B in there, it's still with the anchor text, but it's $5 smoothies. So we've got a bit of rounded text there with a couple dots just to kind of fill in the extra space. And this would be a very simple ad for a $5 smoothie. Next up, we've got our second Instagram post. This one, I believe, is from, this is also Smoothie King, as you can see the logo on the cup. So I licensed another smoothie image. I found a groovy background that was very similar to the Smoothie King background, just through a Google search, and I selected it and made the colors. One of them is the Burst Smoothie maroon color, and then one of them was just a lighter maroon for contrast. So I had that in there, and I had my smoothie cup. I adjusted the color of the smoothie itself because I knew I was going to make it a starberry smoothie, which is a nickname for blueberries. They're also called starberries. So because blueberries tend to make smoothies more of a purple tone, I took my licensed image, which is more of a pink tone, and just adjusted the hue a little bit so it's a little bit more purple. And then I've got the logo here is actually just taken from my 3D model. So if you haven't looked at that project, you can go back and look at that after this. The link is down below on the Behance page. But that is literally just cropped from my 3D model, so it has a bit of the rounded edge to it, and that I've got that on there. And then that groovy, swirly color that I wanted to add a gradient of dark to transparent across that, so I just created a rectangle shape and then filled it with that dark maroon to transparent to give me more of a solid color at the top, so I could put the text in there. As you can see, if you scroll all the way down to the final result of what we've got in our anchor text starberry smoothie, and I put that layer right behind the smoothie itself to really make the smoothie pop extra. And then we've got our little stars around there. Those are all kind of the lighter purple color that I just color picked from the smoothie itself, and made each of the stars that fun lighter color. for contrast. So that is our second Instagram post. And moving on to our third and final Instagram post. So if you haven't already seen the cup design that I made in Adobe Dimension, the link is down below. But I started with that one. I knew I wanted to use this image because it came out so beautifully. So the original image was a much more landscape image, but we're working with Instagram, the 4x5 size. That's about 1080 by 1350 pixels. So I cropped it tall, and I wanted to just keep it nice and simple. So we've got our little star shape with a maroon stroke around it. We've got new, and that's a little bit of a rounded text. I wanted to throw something more in here because this design is so simple with the image already done. I wanted to add something a little bit more beyond just straight text. And then we got burst smoothies, cups, and again, this is the maroon text, and then we've got a white outer stroke around that just to make it pop against the background. And there's our third and final Instagram design. I hope you have enjoyed. If you are continuing along in the order as intended, the final project will be the online ads. But I've got links to all the projects in the Burst Smoothies category, so go ahead and pick whichever strikes your fancy.